Superhero Spotlight.
Well, they've finally been cast after months of speculation now, and a lot of the names that have officially been cast being rumored for it. We now have our official Fantastic Four casting. This week, it was announced that Jamie Bell, Miles Teller, Kate Mara, and Michael B. Jordan will be portraying, respectively, The Thing, Mr. Fantastic, The Invisible Woman, and the Human Torch in the Fantastic Four reboot. That is
It's interesting.
Yeah.
I think they've been talking about Michael B. Jordan for a while now, and there's been controversy. I can't even believe the controversy is ridiculous. It needs to go out the window. But I feel like they've been talking about that for a while. But
Which is... Oh, go
sorry,
ahead.
Go ahead.
Oh, well, I was going to say, you're right, because, I mean, the two names in there, Miles Teller and Michael B. Jordan, have been rumored for a long time. Michael B. Jordan the longest, and, at first people were, of course people are up in arms, because, he's black, and the Human Torch is white, which I feel, though, this is one of those cases to where the problem is not so much the issue of race, as much as people complain about the Kingpin and Heimdall and Thor. It's more so that because he's black, the expectation is that whoever's playing Sue Storm, the Invisible Woman, would also be black, which is not the case because Kate Mara is now playing Sue Storm, the Invisible Woman.
Which I'm kind of excited, and that seems timely for her because, just a slight spoiler alert, if you guys like House of Cards, she needed a new gig, it looked like, so... I liked her in that show, and I'll be interested to see her in something else because that's where I saw her for the first time was in House of Cards. So it had a little connection, a little carryover that I'm looking forward to there.
For me, it goes back to Nip Tuck. I remember watching her on that, but she's a phenomenal actress. I mean, the thing is, I'm not in any way excited for this movie because it seems like it's going to be a train wreck, honestly, but I'm honestly liking the cast, though. The cast is the only thing that has me interested in it because I really do like Jamie Bell and Kate Mara and Michael B. Jordan.
I mean, what do you think of the fact that they seem to be going younger? They seem to be doing a Chronicle-style thing or an Ultimate Fantastic Four-style thing.
I think that it was confirmed that this is definitely an Ultimate Fantastic Four thing. So,
which I'm not opposed to because the thing is... and it's been brought up a lot, since the casting was announced that a lot of people are comparing it to like the Tim Story ones, the one with Chris Evans in it, and we got to let that go because those movies weren't that great. Even
I don't know why anybody's hanging on to that.
Well, it's because
just stop.
Yeah, you're right, but I didn't read the only Ultimate Fantastic Four knowledge I have is one, the Human Torch died at some point, and two, they were awesome during Marvel Zombies, but that's
pretty much where my knowledge is coming from. Marvel Zombies. Oh, and Doctor Doom's he's a satire or something.
Something like that. But I mean, I don't really know much about the story. Obviously, we're gonna get another origin story, but I'm not opposed to them going younger, like they're gonna do. And quite honestly, I really am intrigued by Michael B. Jordan and Kate Mara playing the Storm siblings. I think that is actually going to be a good dynamic, and I'm not opposed to that because I feel that, granted, there's no reason to have that as a plot point. I think they will highlight that as a plot point, and I actually am intrigued by that a lot.
I've been really quiet. I'm trying to collect a short way of putting my thoughts. I can't really...
I know you're not happy.
It's just I'm trying to separate it from the standpoint of where I come from, because I know last week on the show, and I kind of introed myself and was like, collecting, dime quarter comics and stuff growing up. One of my first major collections was Fantastic Four, so I've got more invested in it than a lot of people, and more than they would expect a common moviegoer or whatever. And I know they have to change things for Hollywood and stuff, and I'm fine with that, but I feel like they're losing the heart. I mean, I may be way off base here, but the director keeps lying deliberately about this film. Every time people ask him questions about the movie, he's like, "Oh, I didn't. No, that's definitely not going to happen." And then it happens. Oh, we're not even thinking about casting him. Then it happens. So, and it just, I don't know. I don't trust it. And The only thing, it's like you were saying earlier with Johnny Storm, it's exactly right. It's not, oh, Johnny Storm's black. It's, oh, now Sue probably isn't his biological sister, which for me kind of sucks because their bond is so strong in the comic books and everything, where you can still be bonded as like adopted siblings, but they've even gone to a point where they've almost got like this kind of mental thing with each other where it's just kind of like, I'd prefer they'd have just gone with, Sue. If like the Storm siblings black, that's cool, but like, I don't know. I feel like if Johnny's, I would almost prefer they make Sue the adopted one because I don't want his race to even be a plot point. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't want him to be like, oh, I was adopted into a white family, so I've been dealing with crap all my life. I don't want to see that. I don't want him to be the black guy. I want him to be Johnny Storm. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, completely.
So, yeah, I mean that's Fantastic Four reboot is officially casted, and I believe they're expected to start shooting later this year. So there's that, folks. Fantastic Four.
All I have to say about that is I don't like that Jordan guy's attitude about the fans being like, "Oh, the nerds will come see it anyway."
They're going to.
Yes.
I'm not.
I will.
I'm not.
I'm not going to either. Me and my Fantastic Four collection will be sitting at my house when it comes out.
I will
Yeah,
see
so
it.
unless you guys force me to, I wouldn't
Like-
either.
That's
and
fine.
I'm sorry, but Chronicle really wasn't great, so I'm really not going to go see it.
Chronicle was
liked it.
terrible.
I liked Chronicle.
It was awful.
Oh,
I
Go
see
watch
all the
Misfits
superhero
instead.
movies. I always go for those. I don't care if they're bad. I go. I saw Spider-Man 3. What can I say?
You would like that movie?
which one, Chronicle?
Yes.
Yeah, of course I would. Like that. Well, we'll talk. We'll hit that later. I have reasons for liking Chronicle, but
Terrible reasons.
What else is going on in the superhero spotlight?
the Guardians of the Galaxy trailer was released this week
Oh.
on the
Hooga
Jimmy
chaka,
Kimmel
hooga,
show.
hooga.
Yeah, for a lot of people who don't know, because most people don't know about the Guardians of the Galaxy franchise with Marvel. This is the next big, this is the next big thing to come out. Granted, I know we have Captain America 2 coming out, but this is the next big thing because right now this has not that much to do with the Avengers. So this is the first Marvel project in quite a bit that is. It is in that universe, but it doesn't have anything directly to do with those other films. And the trailer came out, and it looks amazing.
Yes, I agree. I was very excited.
And did any of you watch Super?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
With Rainn Wilson, right?
Yeah. I'm so glad it has the humor from that still, or seems to.
Yeah.
I mean, I hope it doesn't have all of it, because it's not going to do well if it does, but I'm so glad it still seems to have that quirky, abrasive humor.
So
I miss
Star-Lord
David
can
Hasselhoff.
get riches.
I want the David Hasselhoff version of the song. I'm offended.
I thought it was at first, and I realized, oh no. One star.
Oh,
Oh, go ahead.
I was gonna say, why I'm really excited about it is because they can kind of it's like you said, because it's not really. It is tied to the other ones more than people realize, but it's not at the same time. So they can come in and be as off the wall as they want, and then kind of sneak in the back door to the continuity train and show up in the second Avengers film, because Zoe Saldana's character, Gamora, she's actually the daughter of Thanos, who showed up at the end of the Avengers in the mid-credit sequence. So they've got a direct tie right there to the Avengers, but they're not
Drax
at the
is
same
all
time.
tied in that as well, isn't he?
Drax
Oh, yeah.
is, because his whole life's mission is to kill Thanos.
I think they're setting up the Infinity Gauntlet arc, which I think a lot of people have already said that, but I think it's true. I mean, it's the ultimate Marvel Cinematic Universe payoff. Is
It really is. And I think I want to say that Star-Lord was actually stealing an Infinity Gem at the beginning of the trailer.
oh, that's good. That makes sense.
And it just really, I like the direction, at least of the trailer. Granted, I'm hoping the movie retains what the trailer's sort of seeming, which is it seems way more on the comedic front than it does action-oriented. Granted, there's going to be a lot of action in it, but I think that's a nice risk because, even Iron Man was still very much action-orientated. And it was nice to see this take a different spin from
Can
all
I
the
just
other
say
movies.
one thing really quick?
Sure.
There was a interview with James Gunn, and my favourite thing out of it was he said that Karen Gillan and Zoe Saldana were going to be the Clint Eastwood of the movie. I was just like, I'm down for this.
Then what?
I am so down. They're going to be the Clint Eastwood.
Wasn't there some kind of fundraiser linked to this movie? Like something about Rocket Raccoon's writer?
Oh yeah, Bill Mantlo. Basically, he was involved in a car accident quite a few years ago, and they're taking donations to provide his healthcare because they won't pay for it. Well, the insurance doesn't cover it. I'm sure we can put like a link for details somewhere.
We'll get a link up for you guys on the Fan Off blog here.
So, I mean, if you liked Rocket Raccoon in this trailer, then, you know, you owe it to him.
All right, so Guardians of the Galaxy trailer released. Next up, we mentioned Gotham last week, how they were in the process of casting. Got Gordon cast, we got Bullock cast. They have now cast the main bad guy on the show. Jada Pinkett Smith, of all people, has been cast as main baddie Fish Mooney, who will actually be the boss of the Penguin in Gotham.
I got nothing.
It's such an interesting casting choice. I
think it sounds terrible.
I like Jada Pinkett Smith, but
well, no, I love her, but Fish, really? No.
Penguin's gonna eat her. That's not.
I'm not going to touch that because if we can only have one F in episode, obviously there's certain things we can't say. So I'm not going to talk about that.
It's going to Penguin flirting with Catwoman all over again.
So there's that. We just thought you guys should know. And last but not least, sort of going right hand in hand with the Heroes announcement. It's been known for a while that NBC has been working on a television adaptation of the Hellblazer series, once again known as Constantine, like the Keanu Reeves-led film that was adapted, like a decade ago at this point, I think it was now. But they have now cast John Constantine, who will be played by Matt Ryan, will be playing Constantine in this show. Who
has dark hair and dark eyes, despite, being promised that it would be blonde hair, blue-eyed guy.
Well, okay, so he doesn't have time to dye his hair, I suppose.
Dude, this is no. I'm sorry. How many times have people said that? Like, oh no, it's fine. They'll dye their hair, and then you get to that show, and no, they haven't done it because they're a celebrity, and God forbid that they dye their hair every day.
Which, if he doesn't do it, I'll fully support you on this.
Like with Amy Adams in Man of Steel, everybody's like, it's okay that she's a ginger because, she can just dye her hair brown. Did she? No, she was a ginger the whole movie. And for as much as I love her, she was really hard to stomach as Lois Lane. I still don't see her as Lois Lane.
To be fair, nobody said it was okay for her to be a ginger. That's something that isn't said.
Oh, Lord. But until we see the first set photo and he doesn't have the bleach blonde hair, I'm holding judgment right now. I just think
I think this whole controversy is just racist, actually. Why can't a guy with dark hair play a guy with a light hair?
Because he doesn't look like Sting.
Exactly.
That's what Constantine is supposed to be.
Well, my whole beef with this thing, honestly, has nothing to do with the hair thing. I'm glad he's actually from the UK this time. David Goyer is directly involved in this thing, and I don't trust that at all.
Nor do I, but I do trust NBC's oversight because, with the exception of a few misfires recently, NBC does craft really, really good dramas and really, really good series. And if they could even give somehow, some direction of this that is given the same direction that's in Law and Order, in Chicago Fire, in Hannibal, anything like that, then this show stands a chance of actually being a good TV show.
Here's my thing, though. Just because it's a good show doesn't mean it's going to be a good Hellblazer show. I mean, I liked Constantine, but I didn't like it as Hellblazer. I thought it was a decently put together movie. I can stand back from it and be like, yeah, it's a good movie, but it's a terrible, terrible Hellblazer movie.
That's fair. That's absolutely fair. But, I mean, either way, we'll see because, again, that one is expected to begin filming this year as well, too. I'm assuming we'll see a 2015 debut for that as well. So, I don't know. I don't know. I still think this is going to be a really, really good show. Even with David Goyer attached, I think Goyer is an ass. But again, I think the network might do a very good job of reining him in and keeping a leash on him. I think this show could end up being actually a very, very well done show. So we'll see. We will definitely see. And the one thing that we didn't mention though that I think is very interesting. I feel that with Heroes and Constantine, the only reason why these shows are happening is because of other network success. Because with the CW doing great with Arrow, Fox is about to bring on Gotham. Gotham's going to go amazingly. I feel NBC is just trying to compete with that right now.
That's probably true, but that still doesn't mean that it's going to be good. I'm just saying. I'm gonna stick to my grumpy comic book opinion.
All right, so that'll do it for that there, folks. That was Superhero Spotlight.